All right, let's get to the tier list discussion. Today we have the full crew. How you doing, guys? Dark, Ropalme, Rion. Not
Bit
excited.
ill, but I'm
Not
fine.
excited at all. Come on, guys. You're Lysia simp, down simp, and you're not excited. I see. I see.
I mean, it's mostly because we kind of addressed everything. Like again, I don't
Which is
foresee
good.
much disagreement, but yeah.
We're gonna
Yeah.
have some more time to like discuss refinements and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, disclaimer for the viewers: we did discuss a lot beforehand through text, so we came up with a first draft that we're gonna cover together and refine as we speak, I suppose.
hmm
Do you guys want to start with utility? Is it fine to you? I think it's the smallest.
It's the easiest, yeah, we can
Yep.
start there.
Yeah, it has the least changes.
Okay. Well, we get back Ingo in the orange subgroup due to relevance with the rock compositions. I think everyone is fine with that, correct?
Yep.
Like, I
Yeah.
just don't see much reason why he would change. Like,
I mean, he
uh,
it went from like yellow to orange, which we were already kind of like Ryan
Well, it's
already
mostly
answered it.
yeah, no, I understand if you prefer him like on the RG subgroup.
Yeah,
Like, I don't think this update changes him, but if you
no,
prefer him on that
it doesn't really change him
lead,
too much, but there is last time we bumped him because a bit less relevancy in the meta is a bit more relevant, of course, like with the Sans Rock compositions, but I think it's
Yeah.
why really, it's just like, hey,
yeah, like
let's go
in the
back and
past
forth, we like him there, kind of. It's
like in
that's
the past we had criticisms of, compositional relevance on Ingo, but now like we have a new composition that is actually very powerful, being rock. Arguably more powerful than both sand, which is intertwined with things like steel and ground, and rock is just the best one. So he gets a bump to both strength and diversity, and he probably shouldn't go further higher than that. But yeah, mostly a subgroup
no, I
decision
don't
from
seem higher.
Cynthia.
And
Yeah.
subgroup wise could change a little bit, but I feel
Yeah, that's fine.
separated from Cynthia is fine. She's the only one that could potentially drop if we get more updates in the future. So yeah. Do we want to talk about?
yeah,
Yep,
just
go ahead.
saying. My problem not necessarily him being orange, but more like I don't think this update is what changed him to orange.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
if you think he's fine on orange, I imagine like he would be fine by you on orange on the month before.
yeah, yeah. No, it was that. That's why last time we did bump down quite a lot suddenly, and Ryan and myself still appreciate him more than some people. So I feel it's
Yeah.
mostly just a quick adjustment, and there is the rock thing. Uh, it's fine, yeah.
Well, it is a minor influence, but yeah, like you kind of put him at the end of Uber, and then we kind of talked about it a bit, and like it's diminished in the sense that compositionally and in because he's less defensively inclined, less universal, and
Yeah.
we talked about those criticisms, but we kind of I guess backtracked a bit after that. So
Yep. All good. All good. Shona, we did discuss quite a bit yesterday. Rian really likes the block thingy. I think she's pretty good. I think you all think she's pretty good. We went there at first. Does anyone want her? I don't see her higher personally, so I'm kind of opposed to that. But does someone want
Yeah, I
to
agree.
argue for like maybe lower or maybe just some thoughts about her?
Fine. I imagine her from like SC Jasmine to below SC Lily, so that's
Yeah,
inside the range, I imagine.
yeah, me too. I was middle of the pack pretty much. Depends if you want to value a
between
bit
what?
more.
Between SC Jasmine and what? Or it's
Uh,
Where
between
she
between
is,
Lily.
those two. Okay.
between here basically, which is yeah. I was maybe
Yeah, I
starting
think that's
more
fair.
closer to Jasmine, but hey, since Ryan really made some arguments for that's fine to me. I think
I
Lily is personally
What were you going to say,
distinctly
Dark?
better
Spark,
than them.
Dark wanted to say something. Let him talk.
I'm sorry. What?
I just wanted to say, like, I think where she is fine because she has the consistency with the blocks as well as healing. And if you compare it to Berg, what I think Berg's biggest negative is his lack of consistency in his buffs, specifically because of how RNG they can be. So just adding consistency to that is just better to me.
Yeah, no, she's good there for me. We'll see how it performs with the block mechanic and stuff, and look for rise and downs if need be.
Well, there's consistency and like extra performance in terms of like long-term performances and extra unique things like ramp. But
Yeah.
kind of agree. Just kind of explaining why I'm higher on her than most.
No, I mean
Beyond the block
that's
thing.
fine. I think people are not too sold on blocking mechanics overall, but she gets a lot going for her with that mechanics in mind. So, and I mean, she has the classic buffs like Aaron buff or whatever you you want to call it. So, I mean, she's good there, and she can sustain the team. No, good unit, good unit. So Giovanni got deranked a little bit since Ryan often mentioned he wanted him separated, and as a result of a new unit being added, he got there. So next up is Sycamore with getting EX, and I know Ryan already expressed disagreement with the slight bump. Does anyone else want to, talk about your range or what you feel?
Where was he before?
He was just below Ilio. Yep.
All right. Yeah. So, Sycamore EX like fixes his biggest weakness, which was a huge opportunity cost sync move.
Yeah.
But he still has like the rest of his weakness. Like he still is a must sync, which is kind of weird for a support. But like you still never bring Sycamore without allowing him to sync. He still doesn't have like the greatest physical bulk. He lacks the crit.
Well, he's still kind of like the bulk. I don't think it's like that. He's still kind of unkillable, regardless. So
no, yeah,
that's a fine.
Like,
but I agree. Like,
his problem with physical bulk, like, is just taking super effective hits or like Giga Impact, not necessarily like he will fall to some earthquakes or something like that.
Well,
Those
it's
he
also
just sugar off.
physical bulk as well, so he's not like a tank for those specific stages. Also with.
He tanks them fine. Come on. I mean,
well, to be fair, compared to Lily and Sabrina, it's not much worse. Like in terms of bulk.
Oh yeah,
it's better.
Yeah, and he can regen through it. They can't really.
Yeah, exactly. Because of Giga Hornley, she doesn't unless get one shot.
Want to mention real quick. I'm done for readjusting, but let's not ignore that he's a decent DPS addition to a fairy team. Or even a grass team if you want to tank with him and Hornleash through. So, just as a quick upside.
As long as you add a crit buff from your team.
Yeah, but now you get some DPS like May and her, Blue, whoever that can give crit as well. It's not only
we have some Tekken strikers with direct HL plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I'm fine putting Lyra above if we want to group her.
No. What I was going to mention is that like despite he have his weakness, I actually am fine with him there. Like I think he has the chance of climbing even more. Like I think he's
when he gets
good now.
His weighted buff, I guess he can climb. But yeah, I don't want to overreact to EX.
Yeah.
I think like this, it's literally just a subgroup.
Yeah, it just gives him the
like,
incentive.
It's not much.
Like it's similar to Lyra, where you didn't want to soul rise because you just lose damage, even if you set sun. So
yeah.
Should she join their subgroup actually. Like I feel she's decently better than subgroup.
I prefer Lyra over Sycamore at least, but so I guess
Yeah.
except like Giovanni, Lyra, and then Sycamore. My previous apprehension was that again, like it's not that he had the option to not sing and let someone else sing better. He had the cost anyway, as Ropal said. Like it's less costly now because EX is there, but fundamentally it doesn't change beyond I get the extra boost. So I didn't
No, of
want to
course,
bump him like
it doesn't
significantly,
change
but
that
yeah.
he's like based on his sync, but it changes fundamentally how you approach your team because no, it's not. You know, sure you'll still look to sync with him, like you build a team
It's not a
that one is
handicap
to
anymore,
sync,
essentially. Yeah.
but no, it also gives you the classic buff that you're looking for in a support. So
Essentially, it's not a handicap anymore.
yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Should we settle on this?
Yeah,
Like we're a bit
you
higher on
join
Sycamore,
Lyra.
but we let them
Prefer
in the
Lyra
same
first,
subgroup.
yeah. Same subgroup, yes, but I prefer Lyra first. So Geo, Lyra, then Sycamore,
Well,
I think.
you don't get to decide what the others say. Do you guys want Lyra above or Sycamore above?
I think I prefer Sycamore.
Same.
Right.
Fair enough.
You lose Rion.
I prefer Sycamore and LG.
But
And that's pretty much the
it's fine. Same
tiebreaker.
subgroup. You know what same subgroup means. It's for a reason.
I mean, it's
So
gonna go up
it is fine.
later anyway, so yeah, I can just
He
put him there
might. Yeah,
first.
we don't know what he gets, so we'll see if he gets crit buffs, whatever. Who knows? If he gets crit buffs, damn. But well, whatever. Nothing changes honestly for like quite a lot of the list. We have some mid-low tier units to talk about in Lodgetown. Feel she's pretty good personally. Anyone wants to talk about her? I went with kind of you know, this around Cheryl position.
Just let me check her kit again, because I don't
Well, she's
really
essentially an
remember.
upgraded version of Roxanne, right? Like she
Yeah.
has
I
durability.
would say more than honestly upgraded version of Roxanne personally.
Well,
I just
only
don't know what they're
for
doing with
like,
Struggle Bug.
Well, I do think she has one flaw compared to Roxanne, because her special attack buff and her speed
Yeah, they
buff
are
are
separated,
separated.
of course.
Yeah.
But as a
yeah,
unit,
But the
ultimately.
rest of her kit is better, yeah.
as a unit, like she will just tank better. She can provide SP attack drops.
Her gauge
She
is also better because she has MGR4.
Also, like to add to the
she's innate
gauge,
vision,
while
I
they
guess.
both buff speed, Roxanne's base speed is also way slower.
So let's not pretend Team
Dawn
Shop.
is also slow, but like Roxanne is just
Like
like
120 or
high
something.
hand
Yeah,
tier.
at least
I
there's
think she's slower
MGR and
than
like
right
Regen as
hand.
well.
Hey, let's not pretend Team Sharp on 3 doesn't exist as well. Like, you know, it's
I think
really big.
Cheryl is accurate because like even relative to Cheryl, like Cheryl mostly has better special bulk and fatter parts, but like Dawn has Spadef debuffs. She's more self-sustainable with Giga Drain, and the gauge is also better because higher speed buffs and higher gauge because Cheryl speed can cap and there can be problems despite the speed. So yeah.
I mean, I prefer Dawn. Anyone wants another position? That's, you know, at the end
Yeah,
of the day.
I prefer one as well.
Dawn has PDF debuffs. Isn't only
Special
SPA?
attack. Struggle
No,
bug.
no, no, no. Well, we don't know yet
Yeah, struggle bug special attack and not
we
defense.
What
don't
honor roll is supposed to be,
just
yeah.
we don't know yet what this style is supposed to be. You know, that might.
They're gonna change it like the whole.
Like
Yeah, no,
the
but
rolls.
I'm just saying we don't
Yeah,
know yet. Maybe that will be a good style. Maybe that will be useless, but who cares for now?
Yeah.
But you know, just something to look for. Because
This question then is should be detached from Cheryl by subgroup, but is she worse than DOD, for instance?
um,
Because I think she
she
should be detached from.
I don't think she should be separated
yeah,
from
not
Cheryl
necessarily.
because
I think
Yeah.
she's above for me, but kind of on a similar level. Like they're a little different, of course.
yeah, they both have advantages, like Cheryl having the burst healing alongside the both defense buffs. But the
I
worst
mean,
I mean,
gauge
we'll
of
have
for what
art.
both
it's worth,
defensive
I think I
buffs.
even prefer her to to Deoxys.
Yeah, I know
But
exactly. Like,
I'm kind of low on Deoxys D in the first place, so.
do you want to?
I think it's fine to keep the Oxys because like he still has some qualities like
Yeah.
the tankness and
Yeah, no,
everything.
we didn't mention the other time. So maybe we should stop bashing on him.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, like
fine.
he's bad, but I don't think
Yeah.
we should go that far.
For sure. No, I mean that's cool. Okay, I mean that's a good spot. Let's be on the lookout for maybe this style or however the performance or team compositions. And I think it's good there. I have no clue where to rank her. Kali, which is very cute, but also not so good, fortunately. What do you guys want to do with her?
She has special attack and defenses, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is, not like, of course it's not bad.
She lacks consistency is the thing. Like her assortment of buffs is fine, but beyond the assortment of buffs, her gauge XL is questionable, and the next best quality is stat leech,
I
which
don't
makes her good against
consider
something like
Gauge XL
Latias, but like
a thing at all, anyways, because it's just quick tempo.
has a panic button as well. So
Ah, yeah,
just
true. Sorry, forgot about that. Yeah, which is fine. Like,
Well, panic button is like not so reliable at all because it's a
yeah, but
pinch.
like I said, it's not.
hot
That's why I
take.
say it's not
It's
consistent.
still better than quick tempo because quick tempo is useless to me. But that's just me.
She doesn't have EX unlike Misty, right?
No.
No.
That's why I'm like, would I prefer her to like Rosa? I think no, right?
No, I wouldn't.
So where does it put her? Maybe at the end?
No, I think she can go below Torchkey. I think you can drop Chair into below
Mhm.
the orange subgroup because I think she is better than Chair, and so is Torchkey.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, that's fine.
otherwise, I think Kali herself is fine.
Cool.
I think one unique thing Kali can do is she can actually stack guards against LG. Like she has two fire guards, two grass guards.
I saw that.
And
Yeah.
actually, tanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's not bad to have like the innate fire guard is good against like the
Yeah, and she can stack it. So
Moltres
like she
and
can actually tank Moltres very well because like
yeah.
compounding defense stacks and immunity
Yeah,
to
no, I
burn
mean,
as well.
you know, nothing to be ashamed of being around Torchic. It's fine.
Wait, I didn't understand correctly. Like, what makes her particularly good versus Moltres?
She can
The
get two fire guards.
fire
She can get
guards.
two fire guards. Like she can stack it with the cookie, and she can do the same thing with Bulu. Get two grass guards as well. You get two of them.
Instead, like using the luck
Cookies,
skill.
yes. Cookies, yes. Cookies.
Lucky skill.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Which I mean, do I
I
want to
thought
do
she
that?
had
Not really,
some
but at
extra.
least she has the innate. I mean, if she had team, I mean that's not a story, but it would be nice
The
for her
team
to have
fire guard.
team guards instead of just
Yeah.
for her. But that's how it is. Okay, cool. Next up, Rion gonna be saying some stuff about this guy. I don't know what he's supposed to do honestly, besides tanking. So
I mean, yeah, like I mentioned, he's a worse tank than Totten and Viola, but at the same time, he does provide things for his team, which is defense and special defense buffs. And he has like taunting and endure as well. So I do think at minimum he's better than Viola because like Viola doesn't really give anything apart from the meat shield. Like she
and the
has
drops
regen
and the
and health.
condition.
Yeah, but like is
No, I
that
mean
better
I'm
than
just you say she only
AoE
does that.
defense
I'd
buffs
say
or not?
what else she does because that may be misleading. I'm fine to kind of maybe they're comparable. Maybe those three are kind of together in some way.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Kind of.
better to put them together.
Yeah, that's fair.
But the how do we? Because I'm also confused with like not confused, but you know, how much do we value Melaine compared to them? Because at least she gives some crits to the team. Those are
Yeah, but
just
Maylene,
mid
one
shields.
problem I have with Maylene is that her gauge is utterly horrible.
I agree.
Like, it's
Yeah,
really hard to use.
no, that's true. But what if actually all three just end together?
Yeah, exactly. That was what I was thinking. Yeah, you just put them all three in D, and you put Maylene in her. Yeah, something like that.
I also am not a fan of Thornton, but I don't know what you guys think about him.
I'm not the biggest fan. Ren appreciate him more than us overall, but it's like he
I
can he
can
can
see
tank
Marlon
well
being
and do some
ahead,
flinching
but
stuff. So you know, oh, it's fine. But maybe actually I would prefer using Marlon and Viola. I don't know.
no, I think Marlon is definitely better than Viola because he gives team wide like speed, and I think in a
Yeah,
vacuum,
but Ropalme was questioning Thornton.
Tom?
I think the flinch alleviates it to some extent because Thornton is more durable than Marlon with flinch, all while um, also having things like defense crush and um,
The
things like
aggro.
yeah. Well, Marlon is also anti-aggro, but like he has more rigorous control over the aggro. But the
Yeah.
only flaw Thornton doesn't have is he doesn't buff his teammates like at all. So
Mhm.
it depends on how much you value the +6/+3, which Marlon is capped by. Like Viola is no argument for being better than, but like Thornton
Do
kind of
you
does.
use Viola more than Thornton?
Yeah, I use Villa more than anyone around there, to be honest. But
I think I'm the opposite. I use Thornton more than Viola.
Same. Yeah, I used to earn way more than Viola.
Oh, which is fine. Yeah, I mean,
I
it's
was
not
trying.
a tier list. It's not about what we use the most. Like,
Yeah.
I
So
use Lysia the
50-50.
most out of any units. She's not over. Unless we
Yeah,
talk
that's
about
fair.
the other one, but that's a story for later. So what
I mean, are you
orders
going
do
to
you
put
want?
him
I
above
literally
both
don't
then?
give a fuck about this order, but if people have a specific order in mind, I really don't mind. So go ahead.
So are you okay
Oh,
with Marlon being above both or not? I guess that's the
I
question.
am. I don't care too much.
Dark, Ropal?
I'd
So
prefer her
really
over.
have
I prefer him over
Arden
Viola,
in mind.
but sorry.
Wait, go
No,
ahead,
go
Ropal.
ahead.
I prefer him over Viola, but not Thornton.
That's what I think
Okay.
too. What about you,
What
Ropal?
about Ropalm?
No, I don't have any specific Arden in mind.
Okay,
So
let's do
like
with
whatever is cool
what
with you
we.
guys is fine
Yeah,
to me.
it's
Yeah,
fine.
it's whatever, but like
I don't. Yeah, I mean, might as well. If you guys have a
yeah,
order, might as
exactly.
well go for it. Like, I personally don't really care. I think I actually, now that I look at it, I might prefer him to both, just because team-wide defenses. But that's
Which you can do if you want, but yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, we'll revise if need be.
Okay, we'll revise.
Yeah,
So
team-wide
utility,
defenses at least that has some value to a gauntlet run or whatever. I mean, those are all like end tiers gauntlet run units, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Uh, are we
yeah, we're done.
good with
I don't think there's
utility
anything else.
overall?
Pardon?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
we're
so.
done. Yeah, we're
Yep.
done with utility.
Okay.
At most, it's like SS Hilda benefited some mega supports, but SSC don't know. SS Dianta benefited some mega supports, but like not much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the mega
With
support
mega
can't really move
support, what do you
anyways.
mean?
Oh, I missed again. Not SS Dianta. New Alicia with SS Wally, because now you have a better motivation to use like Signa Sweet Blue with Alicia and Wally, for example,
Or
or Fall
Jasmine, yeah.
Caitlyn. But like,
Or
it's
Jasmine,
similar
or
to Ingo to me. I don't think it's hugely relevant.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
like
So
one
I
comp though, so it shouldn't like the answer like Ingo affects like multiple comps because it's not just like the anti, it's about other the other facets with the Anfa, like you can use like Goldie, whereas like for Licia in particular, it's like one comp only. And it's not like you can mega with Wally himself. So like with the Mani comp, which we'll talk about later. So yeah.
Like if you want to go specific, I do think like Ingo is only really for Emmet and maybe Olivia. I don't think like use Ingo for Hilda or for Blue and the other Rocky units. So I think like it's similar,
But you can
low
use it for
impact.
Raihan.
Yeah.
You use him for Raihan, but like I don't think Raihan plus Hilda is particularly good. So I think it's pretty average.
You got the Anfa though.
Plus
Like
Hilda? What?
Not Hilda. They both have Diancie, Dianta.
Oh, okay. No,
yeah.
I was confused. I
Why
was like,
Hilda?
what the
Not
fuck? Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
the
whatever.
Diancie is messing me up.
What about we're gonna talk about those units more when we come to them actually, which is gonna be soon for Dianta anyways. Because we're gonna move to hybrid. If you guys are fine with it, or do you want to do the poop
Do
one
hybrid,
first?
yeah. Like
Yeah,
DD is gonna have a lot more stuff to fix. So
okay.
yeah, let's work on hybrid first.
Hybrid. First of all, what happens in hybrid? Yesterday we talked a lot about cutting down Uber a little bit, while Dianta would have probably joined with those. We kind of wanted to keep it more sizable, and we added a new chair, which I think reflects there or whatever, but just to spread things a little better. Initially we cut here, but you know how Rion can shut the fuck up about her, so we just end with
Hey, to be
Gloria.
fair,
Is
Dark
that
also
fine?
wanted a 5-man Uber, didn't he? It's not
I
just
did.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was miming on you. Oh, come on. Don't take me first degree. No, I'm fine with it. I wouldn't do it if I wouldn't be fine with it. I think she has air quality are still there. Fucking max move acceleration, variable debuffs and stuff. So yeah, not against that. However, let's talk about Dianta. We all kind of agreed that she was in there, like below those 2 gears and above May, kind of. Um, is there something you want to add or say or whatever?
Yeah. So SS Dianta, I think like the compositional strength of her is obviously on her favor because Rocky strikers are very, very good. They were competing with zone strikers before they had their own zone. While Dianta also has a very good damage of her own.
I really like
It's
how she works, but that's more of a gameplay equation.
no, yeah, just explaining why she is there and like not
Yeah.
above or below. And
Yeah,
like
because some people would make an argument for her to be in Uber, which is kind of fine. Like depending on the size you accept in Uber, like it would potentially make sense. If we stop at
yeah,
5, I think she
I saw
leads
both
definitely.
higher or lower. It was kind of funny because like I saw a lot of SS Dianta will be Uber, but like the people who said she would be Uber, like I might be overhating Dianta, but like I'm not sure why so many people rank her Uber but think they are overhating her. Like
Yeah.
everyone agrees they are overhating.
I
Which
think someone had a very weird word about her that make people confused as to where she should sit.
yeah,
Gonna say more.
but anyway, I don't think that's overhating. Like,
Yeah.
if someone
No,
prefers
I mean, you
Dianta
know
Uber,
why
I
they
think
say
it's
that.
very
It's
realistic.
because some people initially were like, "Oh, it's a stable trade." Nope. Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, but
I mean,
her
she's
problems are like,
very, 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 very good, um, in my opinion, and she does.
One thing about the Anfa that I think is overlooked, and I'm gonna kind of
Yeah.
sound like a very broken record is the fact that she enables cakewalk better than anything else, and it enables things beyond just rock. I think it enables things like
Well, that's a good
Barry and
point.
Wally. I think that it relegates her to a support role in those cases, but like she has trip twice, she has another trip wire, so she essentially -6's speed in just one move and has ramp to go with it. So for like aggressive parameters, really benefit quite a few
No, I mean
cakewalk
that's a
scalers.
good point, especially because cakewalk is very common. Maybe is an overstatement, but you know it's not so rare as a multiplier these days. So that's a decent point.
Well, it's mostly distributed among techs, and she outscales most of them. But like on strikers, it's rare.
Yeah, but on
like,
since he's a tech on strikers, you might want to push early Ryan and early whoever. I don't have everyone in mind, and I don't really care. But
things like Raihan or like Blue and like some other miscellaneous Barry.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay, cool. I don't really want to detach SS May still because like Sync Axel, Direct All Plus for me, I think she still deserves a spot there.
No, I think she should be grouped together with Dianta.
Cool. Then, well, the rest of the cuts obviously implied some cascading, which didn't change much. Only thing I did, which no one commented about, but after doing the BD's grid, I just bumped her a little bit. Bumped him, sorry, a little bit. I think he's just that good, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Yeah, he
Well-
got like a damage guard. He got the countdown with which I think is
I think
pretty
the
cool
biggest,
to have.
for me, the biggest buff is the countdown because I use him a lot, and just by virtue of like denying a side with your max move, having the -2 is exactly what you need to like. Boom! I still get another sync right
Yeah,
after.
exactly.
And
Yeah,
no, it can
and
also pick. You know, before it was this weird state of if you don't go nuke, you don't really know what are you gonna focus on. And now he has clear distinction if he wants to nuke himself. If he doesn't want to nuke, he has a lot of valuable tiles to pick still. So you know he gets a bit more flexibility in my opinion.
yeah,
Yeah, I
and
agree.
his types like also favor countdown builds because both fairy and psychic have other units with sync countdown that compare with
As well
Peepee.
as fire. That's
Even
Even
Sun as well,
fire
yeah.
as well. Like anything with heat. Like most of his field effects all benefit CD. So yeah.
alright,
Yeah,
cool.
I didn't mention fire. Like, it's cool for fire, but I think fire has less than fairy and psychic in that
Maybe, yeah.
aspect.
Yeah.
Or is it like that relevant? You know, fire is already.
Yeah, but it still works. Like you
Yeah.
have Leon -1, Hilda has a -1, so
Oh yeah. Also, one thing you can do. I mean, not a lot of people. I was just thinking about that. You know how if you press max move first in a battle, you can triple Q
Yeah,
right
okay, head
after.
start with him,
So
yeah.
if you
He
can
control it by
now
himself.
pick head start, bring the zone you want very early, and skip one cycle. It's maybe not much for some people, but I think it's a neat thing.
It's valid, but it
No.
also feels like a waste because it's the strongest max move in the game.
I
because it
agree,
just goes
but
back.
maybe on
But
some
yeah.
comps you just want to do that. Maybe I don't know. Like you know, it
Yeah, but
might
again, you can
happen
do
to
it with
me.
like
Let's be
Heat,
honest.
Rain, and Sun as well, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Like we see it with like Gordy as well, so it's perfectly valid.
yeah, you can also like do it on the second turn because you can still like kill the max move first.
Oh yeah,
so
on the
you can
Yeah.
I
use
didn't
something
mean
like
specifically the first one. I meant like first
no,
in turn.
like just mentioned because like Ryan mentioned,
Yeah,
like
yeah. Yeah, you
so
can have
if
some
you pair
buffs.
someone like SS Chris or SC Jasmine, you can have like a max move with +4 special attack.
You can actually. Oh, I will try that. You can
Yeah,
actually
there's a
deny.
very
You can
there's a
actually
very
deny the right
telegraphed
side
window, yeah.
with it, which you don't need at start then. But
Hit it right side,
whatever.
you can play it post adrenaline, yeah. There's a lot of applications. But
Yeah.
on the topic of S plus and SN, at risk of me going on a tangent, like I am getting a bit concerned on the order from Maxi to Wally.
Maxi to Wally.
So
Okay.
So let's talk about Wally first. So like Wally was mostly criticized due to lack of strong partners, but now that Alicia is here and it gives him and above Biddy as well, it gives him stronger partners to work with, and the disparity
Dant as well.
wait, I'm just interrupting you, but I never had uh, this specific grasp to justify Wally's placement. Personally, never had the partner problem for me. But keep going if you want.
Yeah, but like even if you if you separate them independently from their abusers, then I think his ranking makes like less sense even, especially relative to something like Annie Skylar, because he has
I feel
um
Annie
he
Skyla is
has
a
rank,
clearly
he has
better
a lot of
unit.
utility, he has um similar flaw of not completely useless but kind of capped offensive pressure on DPS wise, but his nuke is like great. And detaching him from at least Skylar Cynthia doesn't make much sense to me for now, but like Annie N is also sandwiched in there. And like Maxi as well is I wouldn't say severely diminished, but like beside Hilbert is kind of weird because his facilitative duty has gradually diminished and he's more of a brute unit. And
Yeah, but it's because you're not talking about what the units can do. You're talking about how is it used this day. It's not because you don't use it that it doesn't exist anymore.
yeah, but like
That's my grasp with your
perceived use.
reasoning. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, we don't use solar beam application these days, so let's remove it from its kit. Well, that's not really how it works for me.
Well, it's not so much you remove it, but like it's more its relevance has diminished in the sense that it's not considered as useful anymore, rather than
Yeah,
you
sure.
remove it because it's not. Yeah, yeah, but I don't
I
know.
mean, he
Like
was
maybe I'm
higher
alone here.
before, you know. He did kind of. But just on one point that I wanted to answer, I I am very strong on saying that Annie Skyla is a distinctly better unit than Wally. You're just comparing them because of association. I think she's clearly better, like just better. Uh, AoE flinch, reliable team speed. Her nuke is super easy to set up
Yeah,
by
it's mostly.
yourself. She can bring team sharpentry. For me, she's a clearly better unit. Like no question asked. I wouldn't put them in the same subgroup.
Dark Ropal, what do you think?
I agree with
I
Spark.
actually agree with Rion. I don't think like Annie Skyla is clearly better than Wally. Uh, I am slightly lower on Annie Skyla in general, but like Wally has very clear strengths, like he has the fairy rebuff, he has the sync acceleration. So like I honestly think I also
Massive bounce
prefer
as well.
Wally
Yeah,
over Skyla if I'm being honest.
yeah. Like I can prefer Sky over Wally, but it's mostly subgroup division that is kind of
Okay.
irking me a bit, even from an individual appraisal rather
But
than
so
compositional
what?
thinking.
I mean, not well. Dark was saying is more with me, but what about so the rest of the ecosystem? Like he was talking about Maxi, Cynthia, Anian in there. What do you guys want to do? I'm personally satisfied with that ordering, but I don't know if you're
Uh,
if
the
you're.
only change I do on my own list is grouping Skyla with Wally. I don't move Cynthia or N lower. I still
Yeah, so
prefer Hessian and
it's just a Aniskala drop towards Wally, right?
yeah, and group it with Wally.
Yeah.
Um, I think in your case, I think it's more okay. You put Wally in the red subgroup without touching anything. Like if Max is not a
No.
problem, I'll just think of it as me overthinking things. But yeah, like for your case, maybe just four subgroup as moving Wally to the red subgroup, and that might be better.
I don't know. For now, I must say I've not been convinced. This needs attention. Like, it's not about even Wally Skylight, it's also about the Maxi, Cynthia, Anien, and those two sandwiching. There is probably something to shift around, but
Yeah, exactly. Like
I'm gonna
this kind
note
of
it.
yeah.
Maxi to SS Wally revisit. But I'm not set on anything yet. So I'd rather,
It's fine. It's not something
status
we need
quo
to.
is better than. Yeah.
We
But
also
no,
need to hear Dark.
I think while I don't agree with Skila dropping, I think I can see Wally rising. Basically.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's not about dropping Scarlet, but like yeah, Wally is kind of underrated to me historically rather than or by association regardless because he has unique advantages rather than
Yeah.
being strictly lesser.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I don't particularly disagree with that. Like, it's also, the perception around it. If anything, I think I've said it last time, but the more and more we get those type of units, the more and more, like, for me, Cynthia is not. I know it's a hot take, but it's not that good. I prefer those type of zone units than
Yeah, I
Cynthia
agree.
herself.
Yeah, I agree too, but like
but it's
I kind of feel
I know
Degens
it's
is
kind
one
of based on my preference as well, like kind of playstyle wise. But yeah.
I mean, if you have agreement here, go for it. I just thought like she was kind of untouchable for a time, so
No, no one is untouchable.
She's
But
untouchable. Should never like
yeah,
think like
there is
that.
no untouchable. Like she's already lower than some people want. That's not the problem. The problem is do we feel it's valid or not? So what you guys were talking was more like this and this and this.
Yeah,
And
if you're okay with that, yeah, I prefer that too.
basically.
and everything is red. I don't know.
Exactly, everything is red. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
I mean, you know what? Why not? But again, I don't want to. I'm not ignoring your Maxi.
No, I think for the most part it's okay now because it's mostly Wally, but like I was wondering if there
No.
was
I
diminished.
wasn't. I meant to acknowledge that I do share not the same sentiment as you on Maxi because that's not the kind of same reasoning. But maybe it's a bit off that is ending there, and those are treated like those fights for different reasons feel kind of we can mishmash
So
them
in a
a little
perfect
bit.
world, we
You know
put
what I
them
mean?
five together. Yeah, I get you. In a
So
perfect world, they're on the same
I
thing.
will, I don't know, I will take another look or whatever. But for the moment, at least we can go with that if everyone feels it's just favorable. I can
I'm okay
understand
with it.
people preferring the 2 PP above the 2 utility. That would make sense as well. So no worries. We'll see. Okay.
You see it as a tier difference, but yeah.
Cool, yo. Nothing really changes for quite a bit of the list afterward. It's just the cascading, which I don't know. We discussed with Dark and Ropalme yesterday, which actually pleases me on a lot of end of tiers cut personally. So that's cool.
Yeah.
The next unit in line would be down.
Um,
Let's
So
start with
Rion,
the
what
let's
you
start with the
talking
down
about?
simp. Go ahead, Dark.
Alright. I
Yeah,
think
Talk
for
about push
now,
it's fine.
Wait, stop killing him, guys.
I think for now it's fine because like a lot of her, most of her weight will probably be towards the utility side of her kit with her healing and her tanking, as well as whether her debuffs apply to her second move in her passive. And so I think now is fine to put her there and just see how she performs when she comes out.
Yeah. That's fine. Ryan, you had stuff to say about her.
No, for the most part, I agree with that because I think Ropal wanted to say something else, but I wasn't sure what I was gonna say, and I think it was about Gordy. I think was it like Did you?
Wait,
Mention
Roman,
like
did you have
Rion
something?
wanted to talk about Gordy before
Oh yeah,
down.
yeah, I did.
Right, 'cause of
Yeah, but
Vocalist.
Actually,
let's address let's address that later. Let's talk about Dawn first. It's fine.
Okay.
So I agree with Dark. There's a bunch of unknowns. Like mechanically, like are we sure that the second attack procs the
Yeah,
buff, and whether or not the BP is the same as Shred Nightmare or not. For what we know, it can be higher BP, and that it does affect her range noticeably. But we'll see how that works. And it's kind of similar to Getsus in the sense that he has utility, but it's more often than not a build around. Argue is more independent than Getsus in terms of like, oh, I am less reliant on teammates to function. As Getsus has sufficiency, but is still reliant on teammates to function. But I do think putting the three together with Serena, which I have criticized for the same problems, which is you need teammates to function despite great utility, which seems
yeah,
to
I
be the
think
name of the
it's
game
a
for all
good like
three.
starting point, and then we can judge when she comes out how the
Yeah.
mechanics actually work and how, if she performs well or not.
What does Ropalme think about Dawn
Yeah,
though?
basically.
I don't like down offensively at all. Like, I think she's kind of trash offensively because she
Yeah.
has absolutely no way to buff any stat for her. But like, at least she helps like her own support because she doubles the buffs that support provides. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're gonna use her similar to like champion Serena without the damage, like just for the random stat drops. I'm not sure still where I would place her because her nuke has good potential, but also you have to babysit her, which limits her
Yeah,
a lot to me.
kind of want to test her, to be honest. Well,
I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
Yep. All right. I mean, we can
Yeah,
start with that and keep an eye. I mean, it's like
yeah.
last time.
I
I'm not sure.
think Gates will be better than her, but
Okay,
I don't
okay.
know.
No, I mean that's a fair sentiment. Maybe she'll go higher, maybe she'll go lower. Who knows? Right in the middle, we'll see. Actually, it's kind of right in the middle. Yeah, Gordy, I thought you guys kind of cleared up because honestly, I totally agree with Ropalme. Like, doesn't really change for me. So, unless someone really wants to say something about him. Oh,
Nope.
we lost. We lost the only guy that wanted to talk about
The
Gordy.
guy who wanted to
Nice.
move Gordy.
I can read real quick what he said, but it was basically
Yeah,
just about
basically,
Diantha
you are saying
buffing him.
that,
Yeah. Do you really want to
yeah, like,
run those two
Diantha
tech
made his
units
nuke
together?
better. He had the Vocalith max defense crush too, so he could
Yeah.
also debuff defense. But like, when you have Diantha, I think you never sync with Gordy because like
Yeah.
Diantha is also a tech nuker,
Exactly.
and she
Yeah.
wants her Mega Evolution to happen.
Yeah. I mean, what
No,
you
I
could
think
do is you Vocalith on turn 3 with her because with the way Diantha's buff works, she only has 2 buddy moves. So she'll be -4 before a sync. So you could use Gordy's Vocalith to get it to -6.
yeah, I guess.
Like
do that.
kind of random now because we are
Yeah.
already past her. But like one thing that I wanted to mention is that like Diantha has a buddy move, so her animation is really long. So
Oh yeah, you didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
without
I'm
the
not
zone
sure
extension,
how.
you most
Yeah, we'll see how it affects her, but
Yeah. I don't
how
think it's
much
that big
I'm
of an
not
issue,
sure. I
but
think you're
yeah.
kinda over because I play buddy moves with different teams and I didn't notice like such a big problem. Like let's say when I play SS Wally, like the zone doesn't last too much shorter when pressing his buddy move.
I think it depends on like the actual move animation that's
Yeah,
tied to.
we'll see. I suppose
Dawn Storm
it might
is
be a
also
long
pretty
one
long,
to be
but
honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, there is
and
all the
also it
debuffs
has
and
both.
buffs that are
Yeah, I was going
happening.
to say that
Yeah,
buffs and debuffs also
she's gonna
make it stronger.
trigger
But like,
passive.
what I can say is that like for sure, if you kill Rocky Wish on turn 1, you will not get a zone sync if you use B Diamond Storm 2 times. But what you
Yeah.
can do is like slightly delete and use a Rocky Wish on turn 2, because then you have
Yeah. Yeah.
less defense buffs and less defense
Yeah,
drops
but
as
that's
well.
the
But
trade-off. Like, do you want? Yeah, I mean, I can agree.
or you just
Oh,
like
welcome back.
use the Rock Zone extension 3 that she has on grid, as long as
Yeah,
you
I
have
mean,
her on Fight Out 5.
the
Yeah.
extension works as well. Like, look at what Red is doing with
Sorry,
this extension.
guys.
Yeah,
Can you guys
no
hear
problem.
me?
Oh, is it
Oh.
the robot voice? We're doing it.
Did it happen again? Like what? What's going on with my voice?
Oh no,
It's back.
it's back. It's back.
No, what
It's back.
happened? Like no, like there was a blackout because some faulty machine kind of cut the power, but everything's okay now. Sorry about that.
It's fine. You didn't really miss anything because we just went on a slight tangent with Dianta mechanics and stuff like that. So actually, you didn't really miss much, which is cool. But regarding Gory, we were basically saying, yeah, it doesn't really change. I mean, it's cool that Dianta exists for him, but that's about it. Like,
It just makes his rock max move just more of a punch.
yeah, exactly.
Perform is decent as well, but yeah, it's not like outstanding. So yeah, it's fine. Mostly just cohesively because he's also like a ramper with head start, and most of his meat is in yeah, it's max vocalist, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. No, I mean it's an association you can use, but like yeah. Uh, that's yeah, he's still kind of a fire rebuff bot and everything, unfortunately for him. But it is still a good unit in himself, and I think his placement is great there. I'm honestly happy with those those 2 tiers, how they look.
Right, one minor thing. Do you want to detach MR from Lucian Chorus because of his offensive pressure, or do you think it's not? Because like Talon exists now, remember? So I
we
guess that's kind of important.
we can, but do I prefer him orange subgroup? I feel it's a little.
I still think he's closer to yellow than orange.
Yeah, that's my feeling. It's like
Fair
he's
enough. I was just wondering if that was
yeah,
worth
no, no, no.
entertaining.
I mean that's a fair point. Like I feel he's better than those 2, worse than those 3. So we have to pick. He's a little more yellow than orange,
Yeah.
but better than them. Yeah.
Like the thing is, even before Calum, Cyrus exists, but it just didn't make his DPS build optimal.
Yeah. Well,
All Calum really did was synergize with it
Killam
and make it
has very
viable.
clear synergy with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more. But I mean, yeah, it doesn't.
Well, it's less cohesive in the sense that he couldn't run another dark type that could abuse his drops and compress
Yeah, that's
sufficiency
basically
at the
it.
same time.
Like
Yeah,
he
that's the thing, yeah.
basically, if you wanted to run DPS MR with Cyrus, you just need another support for the third slot.
Exactly. Yeah.
This just gets rid of the slot basically for Calum.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Okay. No changes almost until the lower tiers. What did we do? Oh, yeah, we did bump Kukui slightly just to group with those guys.
And yeah, I wanted to
agreement with
talk about one thing, which is looking at the gap between Whitney and Nanu, Gripsy, Kukui, would it be better to kind of put them in the orange subgroup over like Gyarados and Whitney? And since that also puts them closer to like Candice and Blaine, which I don't think that they are like necessarily a tier head and shoulders over, despite having more diversity.
I think they are.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, Whitney, I don't know. I'm kind of done for anything. I think like it's historically like Dark showed a lot of appreciation for her. I think she is very cohesive.
Yeah, like she's
Using what she
better,
does,
but
so
like you see two subgroups better is the thing. So like I was thinking Whitney first, then orange
Well, what
subgroup
about
Nanu makes them
she
Kukui.
becomes orange there? That's only one subgroup difference. I don't know. I don't think those are.
Whitney red.
Hmm?
I think like Whitney works really well with her kit, while the others
Yeah.
They're a
I'm
bit
not
more downside.
dispersed. Like
Yeah.
their kit go multiple ways that may not go as well with each other. Like Nanu can flinch, but he can't flinch while dropping defenses, for example.
Yeah, that's
Also,
my
that
main
suppose
thing.
two subgroup difference is like literally just 2 units sneaking in there. You know, it's not. And they're like rain color with decent offensive
Yeah, I'm
presence.
just thinking
So
I might
you know,
prefer
it's
like
not like.
the subgroup swap, but if I'm alone on that, then it's fine.
Yeah,
If
no, I'm
I'm-
not really in favor. We could, I could still keep a note like B tier subgroup orange yellow swap. Okay. Well, the rest just keep cascading. Anyone wants to talk
How
about
much
Blaine?
did Kukui move actually? I don't
It was
know
It
where
was
he
just
below
was.
Koga.
it was just below Koga, so he
Yeah.
moved those basically.
Yeah, I honestly think his nuke is still trash, but I know you guys like
Oh, he
it. So.
didn't.
It's
We were
mainly the
we were
like
trolling
the
when he
weakness
didn't
aspect.
move because of the EX, right? You know, he moved because like reassessment of those other units, plus getting a rock zone and potentially a nuke if you really want, but you don't really want. Let's be honest. He has valid DPS, by the way. Just saying.
I mean, especially with the
Yeah,
anthem
no,
now, right? Like, Accelerock actually hurts like now.
Yeah.
I think it's fine with like him being better than Fall Sarola, for example. But like even before the EX, because I still think his nuke is very very bad. But
Yeah, but
Kukui
remember,
by himself, I think it's
didn't
okay.
we didn't do this change because of
For the
EX at
nuke.
all. Like EX
Yeah, it's mainly
is like
his kit.
no worries with that.
Yeah, like just general yarding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think having a Deonta partner like they can do something together is more important than him getting an EX.
I don't think he's a good partner for Dianta either, but that's beside the
No,
point.
it's not.
I
I mean,
think
it's like saying, yeah, the lower tier units, I don't really want to use her with Deonta, but himself, well, he would appreciate Deonta. You know what I mean? Like, of course.
Yeah.
I know. I just think like I use him more for utility than
think-
damage, way more. But
Me too.
Dianta like he partially does his utility. She actually drops defense better than Kukui, so
Yeah, that's why he can actually.
Uh,
Exactly what I'm saying is this way he can actually do his accelerate DPS and stuff like that if he wants. Instead
yeah, I
of
know. I
just
just think
spamming
like
the nuke.
Accelerock is also really
Capacity
bad.
over relevance. Like
Yeah, I
we were
mean it's
talking
really
with
bad.
Max
We're
here.
talking about B tier, and we're not talking about damage dealer, so it's not the only part of
I
its
know. I
kit
think it's
that's
bad for that standard of like I mentioned. I think his utility is fine. I just
Yeah.
think like that he offensively he also is like very much worse
fair,
than
that's
weak
fair.
strong.
Oh, I agree with that. He's mostly there for his utility. Like it's never been a secret, right?
So we had a long argument about offenses too, but like that's just different metrics. And again, as we talk about capacity versus relevance, like we talked being about Maxi as well. Doesn't mean that it's not used often. Doesn't mean that she doesn't have that option. So
Well, I think
that's
utility Kukui is pure utility Kukui is super fluid and better than those even like just press layer, spam layer, flinch people when you want. So in the first place, it's just good at what it does utility wise anyway. So yeah. So wait, yeah. Blaine, I didn't really know where to put. I just went association with Candice. I think it's kind of fine, but I don't know.
I agree with that association. It's just that his weather is better, but like everything else is kind of incohesive. Like he has the same follow through fast setup, but the range is kind of stunted and outside of that, what other utility he has? It's mostly like trapping, flabbergast,
Yeah.
and apart from that,
Which
not
is
much else. So,
It's something for B minus unit, but it's not. Yeah, nothing impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, if you prefer his utility over Candice and the weather, you can put him above because Candice is a one trick, so but it's up to you.
Mm,
Never above,
yeah, but she's
not
more
further or below.
kind
Yeah.
of cohesive at her one trick. At least you're
Yeah.
gonna bring Hail and Nuke with her. Like literally,
As a
we
nuker, I
can
think Candace is
speak
better.
about. Yes, he has nuke potential, but actually, when are you gonna use him? It's just bring up Sunny Day. So but it doesn't remove it from his kit. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's fine. But I just wanted
Yeah,
to check.
I'm fairly sure. I think Kenzie does look harder as well than Blaine.
Yep. And is also more cohesive, just in general.
Yeah.
But she gets the
Yeah,
show crit. And
I
she
think
can
I like this order.
Blaney also has a sure crit, but
Yeah, you did
But
mention
even
that.
then,
like
Candace still has the X.
yeah, like just the nature of the field effects. Like Blaney nukes like the strikers he's supporting, while Kenzie nukes better than the others. Both because
That
like her field effect won't necessarily
Yeah,
affect their damage,
that's because
but also she nukes better than him in
that's
general.
because Hell sucks also. But yeah.
Yeah.
Like you have more incentive to do with Candice than with Blaine, but Blaine's weather is better. That's just kind of the difference.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as units, it's kind of fine to shuffle them around, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. Lastly, Marshall got there with Noland as per suggestion. I don't have anything to say about him personally.
He does have like some shared qualities with Noland because
Yeah.
he has the flinch. He can kind of tank, but like the way they tank is slightly different because
Yep.
Marshall is a drain tank while Noland has the burst heals. They have a nuke. Noland's nukes is easier to set up, but I imagine Marshall does more damage because he gets the defense drops better than Noland.
Yeah, so essentially,
Yeah, he can
like
he can juggle between the drops and the healing back, kind of, which is kind of neat, I would say,
essentially
for him.
Nolan is an easier to use offensive force and his gauge is
Yeah.
cheaper, but Marshall is better at everything else. That's just how I see it.
I won't say everything else because like Noland does have like good defensive stats, while
Yeah,
Marshall
but he has
Yeah.
no defense buffs at all, and his healing is telegraphed. While Marshall has defense buffs at least on one side and has better
Well, you don't
healing.
really is incentive to tank with Nolan in the first place. Like, it's not really like.
Yeah, but we consider it part of his relevant utility still. So
Yeah, but I think why is there is mostly the fluidity of his offensive presence with extra utility on top. Like, not, while Marshall, you might really want to consider bringing him as the tank and trying to support him a little bit so he can drain back how he wants, right?
yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with that order. If anyone wants to change something, let me know, I guess.
Dark, what do you think? Because you seem to have like
I just have concerns with the tanking side, but I think it's okay for LG.
well, the tank side is mostly just like low spadef, right? Like
Yeah.
that's the main concern. Physically, he's fine, like perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But like, if you
Perfectly is a bit far-fetched when you have 140, but yeah, that's fine. That's
try
fine.
best play is important.
Yeah,
But yeah.
let's stick to that. Very last change I did this morning when you brought up SS Brock, I was like, okay, hey, this guy can go orange as well, but that's about it.
Well, if you're interested in it, it doesn't really get buffed offensively from the Emperor. Like, it's something, but he doesn't. There's no incentive to nuke with him, even though like there's like
I
Carlos
know,
overlap.
I
But yeah,
know.
sure, it's fine. It's fine. No big deal. Yeah, you can do that. It's not wrong.
I
but,
mean, the clay has literally no usage, so yeah.
poor guy.
Cool.
Yep.
One thing I wanted to mention is that after playing with Lodge Serena, I think I prefer her over Lodge Lily. Not
Okay.
because of her buffs that Rion had mentioned, but more actually due to her having pack. Yeah, I actually thought that
Yeah.
having her debuffs on one gauge like turned out much better than expected.
Wait, weren't you the one who wanted?
I mean, I wanted to raise Serena anyway, so that's fine. But like, I wanted her higher, but like, that's fine at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. I think initially Ryan and myself wanted Serena to lead those, and Ropalme pushed against. So if he's now 4, I'm fine with, right?
Not necessarily to the same reasons. Like I
Yeah.
don't find her buffing moves good, but I find Becky actually very good.
Okay. Oh, I mean, that's fine. For me, like they're in the same subgroup, I don't really mind too much. It's okay. I didn't play her yet. I will try her. Okay. Let's be on the lookout for this little part. And do we have any last note?
Yeah, just to make it clear, like the Skyla, Wally, Cynthia, and range. While I do prefer Cynthia and leading, I think like if one of the utility pairs is going to lead, I think it's better if they are together. I think it makes more
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, it's more
Yeah.
cohesive.
Like Cynthia always with N and Skyla always with Wally.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. And then
One
there is
cohesive.
this Maxi guy which we are not sure yet, but that's
I think Maxi is fine above then. Like Maxi is more offensive pair, but like
yeah.
Precipice Blades does hurt by quite a lot now.
It's
Like way more
so
than
stupid. I started playing it again with since I
Yeah.
love using Courtney. It's just stupid, man. But yeah, I mean that's how it is. Cool. Hybrid.
Great. Barely an hour in, and we've done utility and hybrid. That's nice.
We're 1 hour and 6 minutes in. So there is 2 more hours of damage dealer talk, right?
Yep.
I'm
Okay.
gonna just go to the bathroom real quick. You can chit chat a bit. Be right back in a minute.
All right. So where do you think Alicia should be then? Because she's gonna be the first unit we're gonna rank anyways.
Wait, what?
We're gonna rank Didi, right?
Rank who?
Alicia.
Yeah, we're gonna rank the. Yeah, we're gonna do it next, but like, yeah.
Because yeah. I mean, we can just start now, right? While he's gone.
Yeah, I think Licia should always be around SS Hilda.
Yeah.
I think he
Yep.
already. Yeah,
Yeah, basically I went with
it's in the quartet of Ash first, Serena Steven, Hilda Alicia, and then
Yeah.
Lucas. I mean, that's fine, irrespective of how it goes.
So yeah, initially I wanted to keep Lucas in there, but you and Ropalme were like, I like this sorting better. I think it's good that it separates Hilda from them. So yeah, I'm cool with that. Best girl finally gets an alt, and it's a boring striker. Feels bad.
Moment of silence for our waifu, man. Some things are meant to be.
Feels so sad. But people are still like they're still gonna be surprised with the ranking. Like people think she's like tier 1 or whatever. Like They don't see the damage.
Yeah, I saw a lot of Licia tier 1, which to me like make no sense. Like she has
Yeah.
everything a striker ever wants.
I think that it's because we're getting so used to those, like, one-click button one-shot, and they're like, no,
Another thing I
just,
want to mention.
it's like +4/+4, so it's not maximum, so she's not like, no,
Yeah.
actually, she just, yeah, it's kind of disgusting.
Yeah, another thing I do want to mention that a lot of people were looking that I mentioned earlier in the discussion was the Summer Mani build. Like a lot of people think that SS Wally automatically means that she has no dual strike potential, but she can run a comp of
Of course.
SS Wally, Summer Mani, and technically play
I mean,
double slash triple
she
strike.
has the self-sufficiency, and she has quick attack for a reason. If you really need the gauge, which I think you don't, but if you really need to save the gauge, you can defense
Yeah, like
swap
you have two
while
XLs and like you
yeah.
can still do like 4-4-2, but if you really have to do it, she has DC and quick attack. So like, what's the issue? Like,
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
even yeah.
No, I agree. And even besides that, I mean, you can also not run the zone and just dual strike if you want. She's gonna perform anyway. But
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, we already knew that ranking since we discussed yesterday, but another boring damage dealer. Yay! Let's go. Okay. Next up. So as a
Rocks.
result, those two are dealing S plus, and now we kind of want to figure out the rock dudes. How do you want? For now, it's how it looks, but I have no clue. Help me.
It's fine.
Like if you look at their potential, they're like Uber tier because Emmet puts Giovanni's damage to shame. He has like his DPS, I think, he only loses to Zirina and Stevian at base level. At base level, I think his DPS beats Ashe actually, but obviously if you go composite, Ashe has the red boost, so you get like 80% master passive.
Yeah,
and that stuff.
if that guy gets his
and-
purely optimal comp, the other ones too, right?
Yeah, and Emmet is like similar to Cynthia, where his max potential is very, very team specific.
Yeah.
Because he needs the sand, he needs gauge support because he doesn't have the speed
Well,
buffs.
let's name it. He needs Ingo SS Dianta. That's what he wants.
Basically. Yeah, and even the
No, he's
he
talking.
needs some
Ryan, he's talking about the pure optimal comp, not like he needs it.
yeah, because like that optimal Emmet is better than like Licia even. But
again, that's one comp.
No, but
yeah,
like
and also
even
he
in the
also has
context-
the necessity to stay healthy because like a lot of people forget, but Emmet always need to be above 50% HP. You can't let him go below, or you lose most of your damage.
No, here's the thing about I think Emmet in particular, right? Like, yeah, I get that he has the similar requirements to something like Cynthia and Giovanni, where it's always like a double pronged babysit. But I think Emmet in particular has Sansing, so like he can give his own steer only once, but like his matches are relatively short anyway, and I think the ideal scenario that at least puts when we talk about the context of composition is that he doesn't contend Sing with the anthem while Blue kind of does. He doesn't need it, but he kind of does, and he also is a bigger beneficiary because of defense drops and stuff, and that's just
I think he
like,
benefits more from Dianta. I mean, in a fluidity sense. But at the end, we're ranking the units themselves. So what do we want to do? Like, you know what I mean? Because
I don't want to attach them by subgroup. I think.
Okay, yeah, no, I would be fine with that. That's initially what I had, but it just Ropalme mentioned to me that for my list it might make sense to keep.
I have no real preference.
Okay.
Oh, but like the one thing, like I think for your list, blue ahead makes more sense.
Mhm.
But like the more I look at it, The more I think like Emmett is just better than Giovanni. Like the only thing for me that really can allow Giovanni to be above is him having 3 types, because
Well, 3
otherwise I
types
think
and a max move with just
yeah,
one
the
cannon
max
setup.
move
I mean,
doesn't really compensate offensively to
No.
me. Like
no.
Emmett is that much stronger
So
than
what?
Giovanni
Last time we
offensively.
raised Giovanni, and now we want to down him. What's up? What's up? What do we do? What do we do?
Well, like I mentioned, I don't think Giovanni is really different than Red, but it's more of a Emmet and Blue race because they are that
So you
strong.
actually want them to be right below the leaders there?
I do.
Isn't it just a quick
I
question?
don't. I think he has the. They have the potential to be better than Lusamine. I don't want to do it now because I want to be careful. But
Yeah,
I think
my
they have the potential of doing it eventually.
okay. My only reserve, that I want you to keep, because I know you're very aware of those higher tiers and compositional. Just in the context of my list, do we go ham because of a new composition, or do we still, you know what I mean? Like
I think needs to be
the list.
reserved. Yeah, it's not a pure compositional list, and I think putting them closer to Giovanni is correct, but it's mostly Lear being the last of those four to me. While the order between those three is more fluid because Joe isn't about his range more than his diversity. Like he has a lot of comps despite being attached to like I don't know Ingo plus one zone of choice, whereas
Yeah, but
Blue is more diverse, but like
yeah,
Emmett also
if
is
you go in
more
the diversity
multi-positional.
route, I've always mentioned that I also prefer those two. Blue can give direct plus to the team, and he can double spectrum, uh, special physical. And Emmet also has a lot of thing acceleration potential. And as you mentioned, he can, if you need to, bring the sand. So actually, they are, on top of being strong damage dealers, they
Yeah, you
do
can see it that
bring the
way, justified
diversity.
through that lens, so it is fine. My
Yeah, because
only
again, it's
competition is
in the context of my list. It's not only about like their strong composition. It's like, hey, this unit. Okay, I'm never actually when I play Emmet, I'm never gonna use that sun tile. Well, I don't even have him at that level anyway. But it exists on his kit, and it's not something to ignore. I would say. I mean, we can
And then
start. We can go ham, and we'll see if we need to drop them. I'm fine with that. The big deal.
yeah, and like the other thing that made me put them above Giovanni is because like if you think about it, like Giovanni has the multiple types, but he still is like not very varied because you still like almost always want Ingo plus a zone for him
Yeah,
outside of Maxi comps because like
that's
he
true.
can work with Maxi
Also, he doesn't
because
really have a potent nuke. Like, I mean, he can nuke, but if I'm not wrong,
well, it's mostly for ground only, but yeah.
yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say it's constrained to Ingo because like there's things like Sonia and now I guess like uh
But Rion, Ingo is the
other
best support in the game. Remember, everyone
I mean
knows.
you not you're
No,
not ranking
I'm
him that
half
way.
kidding. I mean, I like Ingo. Like,
Don't
yeah.
tell me that when you're not ranking him that way. Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Alright, okay. I think um we monitor Blue and Emmett and see what happens after the Antler comes
Yeah,
out. I think argument exists that he can lead S plus ahead of Lucas Lusamine, but I foresee sentiment
I
above
feel
Lucia as
Lucas is
well.
so close to Uber that I wouldn't go that far. But
But
uh,
elephant in the room as well. Like we can invite comparisons to Licia also because compositionally you could argue they're better than Licia, but individually I don't think they are, or are they? It's kind of curious. I think
uh,
range wise you still
individually they have better range, but they are much more demanding than Licia. Licia is a lot more independent from supports
which
than
goes,
Emmett and Blue are.
which is very cohesive with
Yeah, but
have
she
still.
also lacks the utility that they both have, right? So that's another thing
Well,
that's part of
technically,
the
you can.
consideration.
She
I
has
mean,
the quick attack
defense
utility a
crush
bit.
is an actual good utility. I wouldn't say that. Plus, her natural fact of self-buffing speed can be considered light on gauge, kind of. Well, plus you have
Yeah,
quick attack, of course.
her gauge is for sure better than Emmet and Blue.
Well, let's
Yeah,
not,
definitely.
you know,
Especially better than Emmet. Blue still can like for longer battles.
let's not talk
Wait
them
for speed buff.
Uber yet. I don't think they are Uber if they don't have Dianta slash and or Ingo. So I think
Yeah,
it's fine.
like
I'm just inviting, considerations. Like, I think Licia is better than both of them now, but there is an argument through these metrics that they can join her, and I do foresee some people in Ropal Circle advocating them to be a
Oh,
buffer
I
as
mean,
well.
Ropalme's
Down the
list
line.
is the discussion's gonna happen for the game press tier list, and I'll be curious to see how it goes. They have way more impact on the compositional aspect, so that stuff might be
those
different.
things. Yeah, and those things like things that I came up with, I haven't talked with most of them yet
Yeah,
about Blue or Emmet, so I don't know how the community is
I
viewing
thought you
the
told me
rock
that
I
like
could,
types
I
yet.
could,
there
I
was
could
like
see
Emmet in
them. I
Uber or
could
something, but
see,
yeah.
I could see some of them putting those two above Lycia actually, because they don't like the base Lycia comp, while they do like this comp. So you know, it's
Yeah, exactly. Because
but it's
Ropal
whatever.
also
Like
told me they want
it's
to be
not
Uber.
really relevant to our list today.
Yeah, like just to finalize,
Yep.
I think like Giovanni and Lear could be yellow subgroup, but I know you guys prefer Giovanni and Lear. Like I know
I'm not
Rion has brought up
opposed to it.
Lear close to Corina,
Yes,
but
I'm not opposed to it. I'm not
I think
opposed to
another
it.
thing I just realized is that maybe Raihan should be an S+2. Because Raihan is a beneficiary of Dianta because of Cakewalk too, because he has another
Yeah, no,
fast comp you can use now.
I know he is, but I was just like kind of trying to see where I want the cut, and I felt like Ryan was the very last tip of the S plus for me. Like it was like, no. Like keep in mind this tier starts with Lucas, so do I want that much disparity in the tier?
Or do you want to put Lucas in Uber? Like you can do that too, actually, but it's up to you.
I think the way this is fine.
Yeah,
Like
I
currently.
think I literally just prefer this way. Putting him there would need more separation, and it start to say, hey, the tier might be a little too big. But
on
regarding
the game press list because of the extra subgroup, but here
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
much higher too.
Yeah.
I think Leah should be yellow, but not Giovanni yet. That's what I feel.
Okay, what about you, Dark?
I think it should stay orange for now.
Everyone has a different opinion.
I mean,
Uh,
like on paper, yes, the damage of the rock strikers will be very high. But I think just on the side of caution, we should just keep
okay,
it orange.
let's keep cautious.
Yeah, like partly of the reason why I brought this up is because like I think Giovanni is closer to red and Lear is closer to Corina as well than they are to rock types.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So even beyond the rock types, I think they just stay together. Maybe not Corina, but I'm fine with Corina joining them. I
do
think I put Corina
associate
alongside
Giovanni
Raihan.
with the rock types to an extent, but yeah, I can see the red comparison also. But I do associate Giovanni with the rocks more than with red. That's just me.
Yeah, I can see that because like Giovanni does have a similar weakness to Emmet more specifically.
Yeah.
But I think Emmet is just better Giovanni for the most part outside of coverage. So
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
But the
I think there
maximum is
are.
one thing too,
I mean,
and he
if
also steps up faster. So yeah, there's different strengths and
we agree
weaknesses.
that those two are better than those two, and probably that those two are better than those two. Actually, no, not
Yeah.
everyone. So,
It's more argumentative, but yeah.
yeah.
It's tougher because like I would see Giovanni in the same realm as Blue and Emmett, but yeah, it's fine if you want
I
to
mean, we
consider
can do a
Forest.
middle ground for now, and you know, I can revise that later.
Let's not
But I think actually I prefer
dive too deep in
either.
the
You know,
hole. Yeah.
either we pack the 4 there, or we pack the 4 there. I think this is
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah.
It's
I'm nodding it,
significant.
and I
You
will
should
see.
move on.
All right. Next up, there wasn't changes. Really?
Yeah,
I
Red
mean,
is fine.
outside the cascading, of course. Can I
If you
stop?
want, there,
Yeah, go ahead.
like since Rion had brought up, you can use Diantha to help Victor, but I don't think you want
Oh yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
but she is better to buff his cakewalk if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, you
exactly.
have Victor higher than me on your list.
Yeah, but
Yeah, actually,
just
I
because I
think-
think Victor is better in general.
Yeah.
Like I prefer to use him than SS Erica at the moment.
Yeah. But SS Erika stays in the context of my list
I just
with
want him over
the
like
utility
the
of
answer,
Sun.
I think. Yeah, just
Yeah.
minor buff over Cakewalk.
You want to
Yeah, just this is fine. Yep,
this?
exactly.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I mean, that's fine. Diantha got a new partner with Acid Jasmine, by the way, just so you keep in mind. But I'm fine with that.
So now Cynthia, right?
Should she be yellow with them?
I think orange
Um,
is fine.
Orange is fine because a lot of
Yeah.
all
Okay.
of the advocacy for her is DC, so and she still has DC.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Is it fine to end the? I decided to end the tier at Archie and leave Iris there. Feel it's fine in the current meta.
Not
Third
particular
wave.
on it.
Okay, and then Cynthia got a bump. Yay.
I do think we need to err on the side of caution for this because it, much like the Antler, I think the issue with these grids, I noticed a trend is that it doesn't buff the output, but more their diversity in what
Which is important.
requirements they can fill in themselves.
Yeah.
Which is
Cynthia has
an
options now.
yeah, it's an important
Yeah,
metric
options
of my
now,
list.
yeah, exactly. So it's mostly that, but I was
Yeah,
mostly
like
kind
if-
of putting them with silver, but like not a subgroup divided from silver. That
I
was
think
kind of
she
what I was
is
thinking.
actually subgroup divided from silver. Like, if you look at it, like,
Yeah,
I think Bursting is one of the. I mean, I know you all agree with me, Ryan, but Bursting is one of the very good
Yeah, I
tiles
agree.
you got
Bursting
because
is arguably her most important tile.
you
Yeah.
just do your stuff and your first sync is good and then you finish off the stage and
Yeah, exactly. I
voila.
agree. Bursting is her best new tile by far, definitely.
Yeah. Well, the
Because it
SS2
makes me go
one
fast.
on that is cheap and on the way of other stuff is great as well.
Yeah, it's very cheap as well.
Sandy
Like
2 is
Sand
the real
2
game
and-
changer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like the tiles in like level 2 are arguably better than the stuff that are on 4
Yeah,
and
because the
5.
other stuff is super expensive. So
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Yeah.
So don't forget, people play on type that this girl has super effective 5 for 3
yeah,
energy.
and like compared to silver, she now has the slash build that compares more directly because of the single target nature, and like she has a similar nuke to silver, which is always a good sign because silver nukes very hard.
Yeah.
But
and
also,
her
I see
single
more.
target-
I see more instances where you would genuinely bring Cynthia with Dust Kicker and stuff, you know, a specific build,
Yeah.
rather than bringing Silver with no Sunsetter and letting him set Sun. You know what I mean? Like, I think
Mhm.
this
Yeah,
argument
because of,
holds
like,
less
yeah.
for Silver than it holds for Cynthia.
As
Yeah,
well,
especially
mostly because
Cynthia
of
has
standalone.
Sand Alert as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. She has Sun Alert to go with it, so.
But it
Yeah.
mostly allows her to run Courtney and somebody who's not Ingo. That I
Yeah,
agree with.
exactly. I mean, I'm good. I mean, do you want to argue higher? Someone?
Not for now, no.
I think now is fine where she is.
Like if she overperforms, we can bump her later. But for
Yeah,
now,
of
it's
course, of
fine.
course.
Let's be kind of.
Ropalme, any
Yeah, like
last thought?
she has the tools to go higher, but she has a higher cost than everyone else.
Yeah.
especially has like right above her is Lily, which
Yeah,
is
it's like
basically no cost.
it's literally how I went
No
with the
cost,
bump.
no
I was
value,
like,
yeah.
okay, let's go around silver, and then I saw Lily. I was like, okay, maybe that's the wall where it stops, you know. But okay, that's fine. Cool. Not much change below that. Slight bump to Dianta joining the Rayquaza. I think our graded expansion is very neat. Not much to say, honestly.
Well, yeah, Dianfa mostly gets. The issue with Dianfa is that while it helps her individually, compositionally it does nothing. Because her most common partners already do what the green helps her do, which is
Yeah, but
ramp and give her
that's the point.
super control.
We are ranking the unit, and she got. It's just
Yeah,
like
I'm just pointing it
Cynthia
out,
before.
yeah.
Like she got kind of
New things.
new options basically.
Yeah, like she can drop special attack on her own now,
why
she
did
can
this
ramp
guy?
all by herself now, she has a lot of new things that help her beyond the traditional comp mostly.
Yeah. Also, I like the. I did pick up your. It can do
The gauge
pretty
sustain
much
one, yeah.
utility. It's funny. I like this one pretty much. But yep.
Nessa got separated from Volkner, right? I think they were together before.
They were maybe. Yes, maybe I did that kind of.
No, I think it used to be Volkner. Yeah, it used to be Volkner
Yeah.
plus Nessa and then Cynthia.
Yeah,
Brandon
it's because
before
of
that, yeah.
Cynthia going away. I probably messed up something. Let me check on it.
So they want to drop base Giovanni, but I'm not sure if you guys
Yeah, they
kind
were
of.
next to each other.
Which we
Same
can
subgroup.
come back to. I don't mind. I think she's
It's
decently
more
better
of
than.
an observation than
No,
like.
yeah, no. But I mean, what do you guys think actually? Like,
Well, I think Volkner is better on his best build, but Nessa has two main builds, so.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Diversity versus, stronger linearity, essentially.
Yeah.
But the question is more: is Nessa distinctly better
She is.
than?
I would put her better than
I would,
Brandon.
Yes,
yeah, I would
yes,
say
yes,
so.
definitely.
That's
Because
what my
I think
reasoning was.
Because
Okay, cool.
Brandon is also super demanding. Like
Yeah.
he's another of the two field effects you want, and even like beyond that, he also wants speed, and speed is not the easiest to get.
Yeah.
well, he
Well,
can
Yeah.
ramp up with
Brendan
one
is
tap,
kind of
and
saved
he
by the fact
can
that
run.
Morty plus Lyra is excellent core.
Yeah. His
His
partners are good.
partners,
Yeah.
like it's the best support in the game and the second best hybrid in the game. Also,
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
cool.
But I
You
don't
wanted to
agree
drop
that he
Giovanni
is.
for what reason, Ryan?
Wait. Let me talk about Brandon first. So,
Okay.
but I disagree that Brandon is purely reliant on the Sun plus G-Terrain core because I think even without Sun, I think his DPS is okay. But he can also run something like Brainy Rush with CS2 instead. I think those boots are fine. So I'd rather not say he's
Yeah, I mean, he
purely
can.
relegated to
I've always said,
Sun
like, you
plus.
don't. There is no such thing as needing a zone or a weather. It's just like how far in the optimal you want to go is valid without sun, but let's not pretend his bad build
Yeah, I
are
argue
still
that
outstanding.
the disparity is like less damaging than like Cynthia's disparity. That's just what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
That's fair.
back to Giovanni. I think Giovanni is like he has a demand despite the range, but like when we were ranking Fantina, I was kind of thinking like if the criticism for Smarty Pants is relatively high, like what makes Giovanni
I
different
don't
in
have
that regard?
I didn't criticize Fantina at all.
No, we had reservations on Smarty Pants as a reliable steroid. That's just what I was thinking because
You or Ropalme, maybe. Not
I
me.
think Smart Fantasy is harder to max relative to some others multipliers, but if anything, like I would prefer to raise Fantina than drop Giovanni.
she already raised, yeah.
She raised quite a lot. Yep. Yeah.
But like even then, he needs special attack. He can compress things mostly with May and like Lati Twins is his most common comp now, and he has his Ghost comp, but I think
Yeah, but like
Yeah, but
even
is he
with
worse
those
than
costs, like
those?
yeah, no, that's what I want to talk about. Like his partners do help with him directly for those, similar to Brandon, because he has
Yeah.
the both Latis who can buff his special attack. They can drop the special defense for him. So
definitely he's more reliant on partners than Nessa and Vogler is what I'm saying, yeah. Maybe closer to Brandon than what's going on right now.
Would he be ending the subgroup?
That's
Can we stay
fair.
above
if it's
Brandon
dropping
for
him, I
you?
think that's the most you'll drop him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. No
basically.
more than that. No more than that. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, that's
Well,
fine.
I mean
Yeah.
that's fine. Those guys have a little utility on sparkled on top. I would say, kind of. Well, why not?
Yeah,
I don't. I don't.
Samo the terrain and
Yeah, I don't really mind either way. I think it's fair, but I don't think he really drops. Kind of further. Like, yeah,
Yeah, he
Breakout
won't
is
drop
still
further.
like.
It's mostly just a little bit, yeah, a bit of a QL drop instead. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, maybe we can keep going with Fantina. We will talk about Hilda after, but if you guys wanted to drop Bumper further or whatever.
yeah, I think it's good to bring up now as well. Like Olivia can go hard now because
Yeah,
Rock Zone
definitely.
is.
I did
Yeah.
Razor, but yep.
Yeah, we have to
Yeah,
keep in
no,
mind the gap between Hilda and Olivia as well, because I do think Olivia has a bigger excuse to close the gap because she doesn't contend sync uh with Diantha to an extent because she functions better, I'd say, without the sync. Well, both Diantha and
I think
Hilda want
I
the sync.
think
And
Hilda functioned very well without syncing, but that's just me maybe.
well, still, if you're not considering the sync, Olivia does have like a similar DPS to Hilda as well, and better buffs because she can self buff crit. But Olivia's sync move is like quite a lot stronger than Hilda. It's not exactly like that, but it's almost like going from SS Red sync nuke to like Zerina damage sync nuke. It's like 40% more damage. Olivia's
yeah, it's a
Base-
lot.
nuke
Yeah.
Like
is
she was matching
very,
without the
very
zone
strong.
already. So basically, yeah.
So where do you? I mean, what do you want with those girls? What's happening?
I think the question is how high Olivia can go up first, because like relative to something like I don't know Bea and Gilbert, for instance, do you think she can go up there, or like does the DPS range
I
still
don't
start
know
too
the
high for?
ranges enough
That's what I'm
to
asking about. I have no
judge.
idea either.
Yeah, because I think they have like they could join around those guys for sure. They could. I don't know.
Like
Ropalme needs to tell us the range.
being very conservative, I think at worst, very worst, Olivia is better than Summer Gloria. Like that's I think that's
Okay.
the lowest she can go.
The lowest is there, which is fine. That's why
Now,
I was also mentioning Fantina because it brings a similar, oh, I have a decent DPS on a nuke, rather than the lances who have just DPS, DPS, DPS. So
Yeah, exactly.
there is
That
a
was
point
my
where we
concern
kind
as
of
well.
need to decide. They will kind of eventually float around each other.
yeah, Olivia's main problem is that her DPS is still like very unimpressive, but she also like if you want, she can kind of drop the Sandstorm now because even a Sedulous Olivia looks harder than Hilda, harder than Elisa. So
Okay.
she has increased the versatility.
Okay, what about Rosa? Rosa, Hilda. Fuck all those waifus.
Yeah, Hilda's nuke is still like rather unimpressive. It's does like Leon nuke damage, so it's not that huge of a buff. but her DPS is quite a lot stronger now.
Mhm.
I
It's
think
stronger,
like
but at the same time, it's also distributed while Olivia as a single target. That's something worth considering.
yeah, when she's mega, I think Hilda outdamages Archie, but without mega, I think she does like the same as Archie. Just let me check. Yeah, a Megaless Hilda has like Archie DPS. But also remember that Hilda's buffing kit is not the best. Because she also has like to buff Tough Cookie, ramming speed. Not Tough Cookie, Towering Force.
Yeah, Olivia and her have the same buffing problems because like Olivia is a bit slower because the crit is slower, but he also has to ramp speed as well. So
Yeah. Which Dianta fixes more for heal than Olivia, but
what is the DPS range like, Ropal? I think that's important for me to know.
For who? For Hilda or
Olivia,
for...
Olivia.
It's kind of weak. Olivia with Sand and with Rock Zone, it's like a base Hilda. If you drop the Sandstorm,
Wait, base Hilda? Like
Like
Inborn Hilda.
Embor.
uh, the Embor, because Stone Edge has low BP.
Relative to Bea, how much does she do?
A
Bea
zoneless
is
Bea, or like a Bea with zone.
wait, zoneless Bea. Okay. Bea with zone
wait,
beats her by a
if
mile,
you
is
have
that what you're
zoneless
saying?
Bea, you have zoneless Olivia,
Yeah,
right?
Olivia with Sand and Rock Zone slightly beats zoneless Bea's DPS.
That's a bit underwhelming.
Yeah, so that's kind of meh, but then it does hinder her to go up as high as initially envisioned. Like the disparity is mostly the noob strength because like it's kind of rare to have like a very high. It's kind of like silver. Like okay, the nuke is excellent, but the DPS is like suboptimal. That's kind of a more polarized version.
Olivia always looks harder than Bea, so she does have that.
Yeah. So question being like, how do we balance between the nuke and DPS disparity? Then I was thinking maybe I don't know Hala because Hala has neither damage and it's
Yeah.
mostly utility. So
Yeah,
maybe
actually, I think like a zone Olivia has the DPS of Hala. I wasn't sure who
For
had
what it's worth,
that range.
I'm down to have those guys lower or whatever. I think they are
yeah,
still
that's
weirdest.
possible too. Yeah, but
Yeah.
we have to see.
But yeah, Hala's damage can't compare to Olivia, but Olivia's damage can't compare to Hala's as well. So
I mean, Olivia has more demand for a better nuke. Hala has less demand, but for a significantly capped output. That's just the difference.
How do
yeah, if you drop Sand for Olivia, she still beats Hala like same DPS and I think like 70% stronger sync nuke. It's a
Yeah, so he's not
quite a lot
relevant
stronger
anymore.
sync
So
nuke.
maybe above Hala first for Olivia. I think that's just what I think, but it's up to you guys how you want to approach it after that.
I
I
think that's
think
fine.
even above Guzma she can be.
Yeah, I kind of keep them paired anyway. Kind of.
You can do that too, yeah, that's possible.
Uh,
Yeah, I
but do
wanted to be
we
below
all
Hala, but that's fine.
three of those kind of similarly?
I think you do Olivia Fantina and uh Olivia Fantina Hilda because Hilda also has associations with Cynthia. Like there used to be a gap, now she kind of like gets the zone like Cynthia does, and
Mm-hmm.
you kind of buff Cynthia due to Aura Cynthia as well. So I think lead the tier with those four. That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Hilda is like kind of similar to Holiday Leon. But Hilda has like better damage numbers than Leon, but is a lot more demanding than Leon.
Yeah.
So I
And
think
he
a
does
bit
have
below.
freeze, which she doesn't.
Yeah.
Do you want a higher Hilda? Like it's kind of funny because Olivia is higher than Hilda now, but Hilda is historically has a noticeable gap
Yeah.
before Olivia. Like
I was thinking Hilda
Uh,
would be higher than Olivia, so I'm kind of
I
surprised
would
by the
agree.
discussion.
oh well, it's more that I didn't talk about Hilda much, but the deal with Hilda is that her nuke is still not super strong, and her range without the mega is not like
Incredible.
from another world. It's like it's pretty strong. So you get like better than Lear still, but you're still AOE. The setup is long. You are very demanding in support, so Olivia, I think, benefits more from what she does, and she
Oh,
gets
I
increased
can get that
versatility because
one benefits more than the other. What we're aiming at is now the end result. Like, you know, we're not ranking who benefits the most. We are ranking, okay, what's the unit now? So,
yeah, no, it's because I didn't think about it uh, before the we start discussing,
okay,
but
okay.
like as I was talking, I was realized like, oh, I think Olivia is actually better than Hilda. Like while I
Which is
was
fine.
talking, I talked about that.
Which is
well,
fine too.
compositionally the argument is there, but individually Hilda has other advantages like, ramp, um, cheap 2 bar storage rather than
Yeah, I think
3.
it's that ranking would be very reliant on compositional performance. As a unit,
I don't think it,
individually,
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
it's
But
easy to
that's why
say why
I
Hilda is
mentioned.
better.
Yeah, but
Maybe
that's why
irrespective
I
of who
mentioned.
leads,
What about
I think it
this?
doesn't matter as long as they're side by side. Yeah.
No, that's why I mentioned that like before, Olivia was pretty locked to send things to even get worthy numbers. Because Sandler's Olivia got much worse. But now Olivia does have the option to drop sand. It's not super
Yeah.
impressive, but I think it is an option. While Hilda always has to run like a pretty strong support for her. So even in terms of versatility, I think Olivia got an extra benefit compared to Hilda that didn't
Wait, why
exist
is
before.
Hilda though? Why is
Hmm?
Hilda demanding? Like,
Yeah,
what
I was
else
gonna,
is
I'm not
she?
sure.
Well,
Like if I take the
you
two units
can.
in a blanket, like their performance like alone, Hilda, you know, just goes fine. That's why I'm confused.
It goes fine, but like first, I think I don't see much reason to judge a
No, it's
performance like alone, and
ah,
also um, Hilda's performance alone is not the same as what you might think because Hilda has a lot of buffs that happen over time.
Yeah, but
Because she
Diantha
Hilda
doesn't
rises too.
functions
start
on
with.
gradual increments rather than immediate. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but my counter to that would be that, like with Tough Cookie at least, Diantha buffs it as well for her, doesn't it?
She does, but
yeah.
there's also the ramming speed. There's also the attack buffs that aren't so fast.
Yeah.
And she can run fast strike, can
Yeah,
she?
but
She
those are
might,
the
yeah.
same for Olivia.
Yeah, also true.
She, she needs those as
Kinda,
well.
but Olivia being sand and rock zone makes her damage like cap more instantly. Hilda doesn't get the damage advantage as much already on.
Okay. So what's your
Hilda
order?
has to build it.
What's your order for this list?
Uh, like the more I talk, the more I think I prefer Olivia. I initially thought that Hilda would be better, but talking now, I think I myself convinced that Olivia
Which is good.
works
I mean,
better.
that's the point of
I don't think
discussing
it
this, right?
matters too much who's ahead of who,
No,
as
it
long as
doesn't
they're
matter. No.
together. That's how I see it.
Now that we're there, might as well suggest an order. Each of you. Ropalme
I prefer the
is
current order.
okay. Ropalme is Olivia, Fantina, Hilda.
Not
Dark?
sure who I prefer between Fantina and Hilda. I think I prefer Hilda over Fantina.
Okay, so it's just Olivia. And what about Ryan?
Wait, what's Dark's order?
The
The
current
same
one.
as I have currently.
Olivia, Hilda.
I think Fantina is a clear third, regardless.
Yeah, it seems like it.
I agree Fantina is the clear third, but then I prefer Olivia too then. Like,
Okay,
yeah,
so
let's just stick with
2
it.
versus 2. I decided then. But no, I mean it's
Wait, I thought it was 3 versus, like, what,
no
they preferred
Dark and
Hilda?
myself wants Hilda first.
Oh, I thought Dark preferred Olivia. Okay, it's fine.
No, I prefer
But-
the current order.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
it's fine,
as
that's
is.
fine. Hilda first is fine. There are arguments because she ramps and yeah.
It's fine, they are in the same subgroup. But interesting discussion. I mean, we'll be looking for those. It's very tricky with this this new rock thingy.
I mean, we can just check it later again as
Yeah,
usual.
the claims are kind of.
It was kind of decided on the spot, so
Yep,
it might
yep.
be wrong.
It might be.
Because-
Yeah, yeah. It happens. It happens. We'll see. But I'm not too. I was kind of looking forward to down those guys a little bit. Actually,
I think it's
kinda,
fine to
I
keep
kind of
them
like
there.
the
Yeah, I think
result. Then we'll see if we need to mishmash stuff a little more. Because yeah, no, I mean, okay, let's keep going. I think it's fine. So, as
I
a
don't think there's any
result, we
change in
get this
P.
kind of subgrouping now, and let's discuss Wally. Maybe I did raise him towards blue.
Wait, did you bump Wally already? Like, where was he before this?
Wasn't he where he was?
It was below. Well, I can show you because the list changed. You know, structure change. It was below Wally and Olivia, and of course
So
Carlos.
the thing about Wally is that I'd argue that SS Diantha is as big a buff as the grid itself because it actually lets him run Cakewalk, and it gives him a nuke over both Celine and notably Blue at least, alongside his ability to not be reliant on Mega compared to Blue and having double coverage. I think that's the main
Yeah,
reason why I'd want him over Blue.
no, that's a fair.
It's over Celine?
Yeah, Celine might, yeah. But I'm not sure about Celine, but do you guys think she's better than Celine?
No, I
I
actually
think-
thought that like Celine was the better nuker, no?
Well, that's not the. I think he was talking about
Talking about
the
Blue,
unit.
I thought maybe
Like,
above Celine, but I didn't say like Wally was
yeah,
better
he
than
didn't.
Celine in
Yeah,
terms of nuking. Yeah, my bad.
I think Wally's better than Blue, but regarding Celine, I think he's worse. Just because of the
Yeah, that's
Better.
fair.
like, while
Which
Wally
is
does
fair.
have like the physical and special split, Celine has the double types. As another argument.
I think
And she
Blue
has-
is better because he can do some more cohesive stuff because like the sync difference is not so big because Wally won't to really get I think Cakewalk alongside the zone. Blue can get like a zone sync which is not super strong but it's probably
He can,
around
but only
Wally's
Well,
first
Cakewalk
turn.
in nuke without the
can,
zone.
it's
only
an
first
option.
turn.
It's an option you have. You can nuke with Wally if you want. You're not
Like, I
forced
was
to.
doing the math earlier,
And he can
Ropal, and I was
perform without
comparing.
Mega. That's important
Yeah.
for me, you know.
And that's
Yeah,
I
but-
think that's my distinction with Blue, is the fact that he has his Mega move. Like, he has his main damaging move before his Mega.
I think
Yeah,
I'm
but
fine with
even in
that.
the context of the nuke itself, like I was doing math, like if you check like Speedster Sting Cakewalk without zone and like +4 with fierce entry rather than CS2 in zone with Diantha without Speedster, like it still does like 20% more damage. So even a suboptimal Wally nuke in zone is better than the maxed out one without it. So that's just something I want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm fairly sure that like Focus Blast is quite weaker than Hurricane still.
Yeah, if you get
Like,
max,
I don't
if,
think
if you
the
get max
sync difference.
Harry and stuff. But I mean, the reason
Change
why
stats now, if you remember that.
maybe Ryan has other reasons, but the reason why I kind of agree to put Wally above Blue is clearly something else. It is the
The
flexibility
same
of
cost.
do I just blast or do I, mega or not? Blue doesn't have the choice.
I understand like the no mega argument. I still think like the blues performance with mega is better, like compensates for the even no mega performance.
Mm.
I think the sync damage,
Yeah,
like
because
I still
you
don't
look at
like it.
the peak potential of the units. I'm just talking about their flexibility.
Yeah, I know.
I
And
think
like since I know
peak
you
blue is
like
better than
considering
peak
the
Wally.
utility, like even pre-mega blue can do like old carrying stuff like flinching. Like he still has air slash pre-mega.
Alright. I mean, for me, they're in the same subgroup. Who is for? At least we know we want those two endings, so it seems like it settles. Someone else
Yeah,
want
like
blue over Wally?
blue. Yeah, blue like is bad pre-mega, but he's not a dead weight pre-mega. He still has a flinch chance
Well, to be fair,
if you want.
pre-mega just buff anyway.
Yeah, but from a DD, it is like
that's
F
fine.
slash is like
Yeah, like it's mainly a utility. That's a utility aspect for his
Yeah.
pre-mega.
Yeah, no, I mean that's fair. So who wants blue first? Ropalme wants blue first.
I think I
Wally
want
first.
Wally to me as well. Okay, we'll go with that order. But it's fine. Literally nothing changes after.
Unless you think Barry Cakewalk is buffed enough that he should go
fuck
with like
you.
yeah.
No.
Again, unless like it's fine if you don't. I'm just
No, I mean
bringing it
I'm
up.
open to it, but no, personally not really.
Barry already had Dojo Gloria anyway, so.
Yeah.
Oh right. Touche.
Yeah, true. No, yeah, nothing changed too much. It's mostly like redistribution with the things getting down.
Another thing that changed was like SS Brock because he does benefit from the NFA, but that's it.
Yep, it didn't move up to where you
One thing
suggested
I've
it should.
noticed with this order is that the disparity of I sound contradictory, like the disparity of units between tiers suddenly feels kind of like like is it better if you want to cascade one unit down so there's an even distribution? I don't know. If you're okay with this,
What
it's
do you
fine.
mean?
But I was just thinking about it.
What do you mean? Can you
Hmm?
elaborate?
Pardon?
Which unit you want to cascade or?
Also, for instance, like I think subgroup wise it doesn't make much sense, but like maybe you could like you move both lances down to B plus and cascade from there and see if it's easier to distribute. Maybe I'm wrong, but
It
you can
might
check
look
if
a little more than how it was before. It might. Uh, I think for accuracy, I prefer this for now, but I will actually.
yeah, you can compare it
Not
afterwards
right
and
now,
see.
but
It's just a thought,
yeah, I will do it after just to check. Okay, yeah, that's a suggestion I'm open to.
And so we are done.
We'll see.
Yeah, we're done.
Well, before we call it down, maybe just a quick eyes on those if you have random reordering that you wanted. It didn't change from last time, so really nothing to
Yeah,
say about
I
it.
don't see anything that really needs to be reordered.
I think
Same.
like Luzamine is better than Summer Steven, but they're same subgroup, so.
You want to swap them, it's fine. I agree.
Then there we go. Easy.
Anything else?
Wait, did we? Oh, we did it in like 50 minutes, 1 hour. Nice. But there were all those fuckers taking up a lot of our time.
Yeah, it was a lot shorter than the last time, I think.
I mean, we
It
discussed.
was mostly Olivia that took the most time.
We discussed quite extensively, just again to reassess for viewers who might be watching until that point. There was a lot of pre-discussion, so we had a kind of solid draft. So it was mostly reassessing and refinements. Good. What did I note? Yeah, okay. Can you check on the chat and tell me if the notes are missing anything? So I can look at this later.
I don't
No.
think anything.
Everything that we want.
Everything you noted or wanted to know was there.
Okay. That's good. Great. Alright, one last question. What are you pulling for, guys?
It's obvious who I'm pulling for.
Steven.
What did you say, Ropalme? Oh yeah, you're pulling for Annie Steven? Nice.
Yeah, just because I want like just collect every Master Fair, and because it's a shiny Mega Rayquaza, so
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I know, that's cool.
I was missing Hessian,
not aiming,
Rayquaza, and Suicune. I already got Hessian, so just Rayquaza and Suicune are missing from Master
Wait,
Fairs.
Ropalme, you're not gonna grab a new other damage dealer?
Maybe I'll grab SS Diantha, but otherwise.
Oh, you're such a disappointment. Alright, just kidding. Yeah, I might grab. I might try to
Like
grab.
I always say, Spark, we live alone in a
Yeah,
community of non-believers. It's just unfortunate.
I know. And the worst thing
I
is
also
that
don't
we
have
are
a
both very sad
SS
that
wall,
she's
so.
just a broken ditty. I might grab Diantha. I really like how she plays.
Yeah, same.
Obviously, I will grab.
Yeah.
Lysia.
I
Dark
also
will
want
drop
to be
down.
careful because like around March we have the anniversary, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for me, after Lysia, it's mostly if I have spare IPT Callum.
Yeah, I mean,
if I have more spare, I'll PT Dawn. But yeah,
the
just
thing for
depends
me
on what
is
happens
like
with her.
I'm just gonna grab the tier scoot. So I still have my gems left for Diantha, right?
Yeah, that's the problem. Lysia leaves super early, at least the
Yeah.
anniversary Master Fairs, and Diantha stayed for a super long time. I think like Diantha is on this update, the next one, and the other
Yeah,
update. Like I
she
think
lasted in
she'll be up
fucking
on the
March.
anniversary.
Right, because of Callus Part 2.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna get her from dailies, I guess.
Wait, so is Shona the same as well then? She's gonna last till March.
No, Shona lasts.
No, because she's Spotlight, so
she's
I'm not
just
sure.
Yeah, she doesn't last that long though. I think she lasts until like what, the 28th, I think.
I can
Yeah,
get
28th.
you the dates real quick. Shona.
Oh, February 6th. Okay, that's.
Oh, still good months.
Yeah, it's still like close
not
fine.
really. Yeah, but yeah, the
which is
seasonals
kind of weird.
there.
Because like the part 2 being on a different month meant like Cynthia stayed for a long time, Lucas was for a long time, Diantha would be for a long time, but the Unova pairs
Too
were
long
much shorter.
March
and
the
Unova like
6th.
had.
What the fuck? How many dailies? It's 2 months of dailies.
Like 60, roughly.
Yeah.
Well, February is a shorter month. Let's keep that in mind.
True. Yeah, but I mean, it's like shorter by 2.
I mean, it's still 50. It's still 50 dailies at least.
Okay, cool.
Not really interested in the Antha for now. I'm just gonna save after that and see.
Yeah, I mean, I
want
won't like
Diantha.
pull her right away. The only unit I'm getting day 1 is Lysia, obviously. So.
Yeah, I want Diantha because most of my rock units are pretty invested. Like Emmet is EX, although he is 1 out of 5. Classic Bull is 3 out of 5 EX. My Olivia is 5 out of 5 EX.
Actually, mine are not invested, but it's just because I'm always like too lazy to care about them. But I've always said like I kind of like Emmet and I want to invest in him one day. So maybe this will be
even my SS Brock is 5-star. He's not EX, but
oh yeah, my SS Brock is my SS
mine
Brock
is EX too.
EX. I can play SS Brock. Nice. No, he sucks. Sorry.
We can daily her and see, but like I
No,
kind of hope
I want
SS
to play.
Wally
I
is
want
in
to
the
play
Select Scout.
Kukui. I want to play Kukui.
Same.
So Ropalme, stop telling me it sucks. Well,
I just hope SS Wally
The
is in the
worst part is
Select
no,
Scout.
I know it sucks. I know it sucks, but hey, let's be.
Yeah, no, the worst part is that like Kukui is one of my favorite characters in the entire franchise.
Oh really? Nice.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I like Sun and Moon a lot as games. and Kukui is my favorite professor. So
I played the first island and then I suddenly stopped playing. I never came back to it. That's unfortunate.
yeah, I like both games a lot. Ultra Sun and Moon, like in an objective way, I think there are like great games. The only problem is that Ultra Sun and Moon came after Sun and Moon, so
Yeah,
they're
Yeah,
so
I've
similar.
heard like that they were good, but compared to their base version, it was like, why did you? Why?
it was also
Yeah,
like
like
more of
they're
the
better
same.
than the base versions, but they're super similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the story is slightly worse.
All right, wrapping up the video there. We can chit chat a bit, but yep. Thanks for those who stay tuned until then. I will be posting
Okay.
this later today.